Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another movie review. I know I'm doing it a little bit different this time, but yeah, I figured I'd do a kids' film, I guess. I actually happened to get this for my mom for her birthday, and I also got Rio 2, which I have not seen yet, but I've already seen this before, and I just figured, hey, why not? Let's just do something a little bit different here. But Rio, I really enjoyed this movie. Back when I first saw it, at least. Um, I first saw it as a 3D movie back in 2011, and it was the first 3D movie I ever saw, and I thought it looked really, really nice. Watching it again, I thought it was a decent movie. Um, of course, for those of you who don't know, this is by the creators of Ice Age. It stars Jesse Eisenberg as Blue the bird, and of course, Anne Hathaway as Jewel, who is the female bird. Um, and of course, it just starts off as this bird who, is a little baby bird, and falls out of his tree that he's living in, and gets picked up by I guess, these people who want to sell birds or wildlife, and he puts all the animals in the cages, and of course, one of the cages or the boxes that has a cage in it falls out of the truck, and then this girl, who's Linda as a child, picks the bird up and says the bird she'll always love the bird and always take care of the bird. And of course, 15 years later, you see all the stuff the bird gets to go through with her in her life, and yeah, they end up growing up together. By this point, Linda has a bookstore, and this guy comes by and she asks if he's interested in books. He says, no, but he's more interested in her bird, and that this bird, he has a female version of the bird, and it's the last of their kind, and he wants them to sort of repopulate their species. At first, she doesn't really want to, but then she knows what's the best interest for her bird, and she goes and does it. They go there, and then the birds get captured, and yeah, so they basically go on this hunt looking for these birds, and the birds eventually escape from where they're being captured, and they're trying to look for, Blue's owner, Linda. He's trying to find her, and Jewel, the other bird, is trying to find home in the wildlife, and that's pretty much what it's about. And overall, I enjoyed this movie. It's a family movie, kids movie. Can't really be too hard on it. Um, Overall, the other cast is okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Jesse Eisenberg, but I thought he did okay in this. Anne Hathaway, same deal. Not really the biggest fan of her in particular, but I thought she did okay. George Lopez, I thought, was pretty good. Of course, you have Jamie Foxx in here, which I think could have done a little bit better. I like Jamie Foxx and everything, but I actually didn't know it was him until the credits popped up, so I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, he's a little yellow bird. And then, of course, you got this red and black bird. I think that was will.i.am. And, of course, honestly, anyone could have done what will.i.am did. I mean, he doesn't really bring much other than his name to the table. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of like this comic relief character, but honestly, I think anybody could have done his role, to be honest. I don't think it was just like, oh, he did great. He didn't do terrible, but he didn't do exceptionally well either, I didn't think. But overall, I like this as a family film. Um, it doesn't have any burping or farting jokes, which I would expect from a kids' film like this. But they don't have it, which I'm really happy and surprised at the same time with. Um, just overall, it's a great little film. I think that can be enjoyed by parents, maybe your parents, or maybe your grandparents. Um, I think could enjoy this, and your kids, maybe your nieces, nephews, or even your own kids if you have any. Um, so yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I did not check out the special features, so I don't really know what to say about those. The music I thought was okay. Um, some stuff like Rihanna being in there, I'm pretty sure that was Rihanna singing. Uh, didn't really need that, to be honest. I didn't think it really did anything for the film. But I did like the opening song. I always really enjoyed that song. Um, and they go on quite an adventure in the movie. It's very entertaining. There's never really a dull moment. There's also another little character in here who's a little orphaned boy. Um, basically he takes these birds and gives them to the bad guys, if you will. And he only gets paid like part of what he was supposed to, and then he goes, "Oh, just go home to your mom." He's like, "I don't have a mom." He goes, "Okay, go back to your dad." He's like, "I don't have a dad," and you find out he's orphaned and he lives on top of this building with all this junk and stuff, and you really feel bad for the kid. But one thing I didn't like was the fact they didn't really go anywhere with that. It's like, okay, at the end they kind of make it to where, oh, they kind of become a happy family or whatever, but they don't really elaborate on it. It's just like, oh, it's over now. I'm like, oh. I just expected a little bit more scenes, maybe with the humans, even though I know it's more about the animals and stuff. I would have liked to have seen that go a little further with the human emotions and stuff. Um, I also thought the cinematography, even though I know it's animated, for what they did, it looks actually pretty good. They did it from what I understand, a pretty accurate depiction of Rio. I went and seen Fast Five after I saw this movie back in the day, and that happened to take place in Rio. And I noticed that statue standing there with its arms out, and I remembered that from this movie. So I thought they, as far as I know, did at least somewhat an accurate depiction. Um, yeah, of course you have some goofy stuff in there, but it's to be expected from a kids' film. But it didn't have too much goofy stuff, and that's I think why I really enjoyed this movie. Now I've not seen Rio 2. I do plan on seeing Rio 2, hopefully soon. I have both of these. I actually got this and Rio 2 for my mom for her birthday. And so we're hopefully going to be able to watch Rio 2 together, and once we do, I'll be able to post you a video on that. But until next time, I think that's all I've really got to say. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, I think I mentioned this, but I didn't check out the special features, so I'm not really sure. The Angry Birds Rio thing, I thought, it's an advertisement, but it did get a little annoying on the DVD. I mean, I know it's like, oh, DVD advertisements, what could you possibly be mad about? But, they did it once, and then Jesse Eisenberg, of course, flies in and is like, hey, I'm Blue from Rio. Make sure to check out the special features, but don't forget to check out Angry Birds Rio as well. I'm like, really? Did you have to promote that twice? Really? But I like Angry Birds and everything, but once you played Angry Birds, you've played Angry Birds. You don't need to play 6 million iterations of it. So, I actually heard someone say this was Angry Birds the movie, which, I'm sorry, no, it's not like that at all. There's an ad for Angry Birds, not in the movie, but like before it. Yeah, it was a little annoying, but it didn't kill the movie for me. Overall, I think it's a enjoyable movie. I'd recommend it for, you know, kids, parents, young adults, grandparents, anybody. It's a good, fun family film. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care. And we'll see you for Rio 2. I'm kind of worried about this one because it's got kids in it and the little baby birds, and one of them's got like an iPod or, earbuds in his ears. And I just have a feeling there's going to be fart jokes and burp jokes. I really hope there's not any of that stuff. I know it's a kid's movie, but you didn't do it in this movie, and this shows that there are family movies out there like this, Home Alone, Ninja Turtles, stuff like that, where you don't need the goofiness and you can still have fun with the movies for kids and adults. So, just want to end on that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Peace.